Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's training. um, just getting started. My name is SADE Howard. I'm the owner of TravelHolics travel agency and the owner of Gypsy CRM, a CRM automation tool for travel agents. Um, I am going to get started in today's or this week's training on social media and vendor trips to promos and social media posts. There's a lot of different things to kind of cover, so I'm breaking it down into five videos or five parts. The first one is going to be vendor email promotions, meaning when we sign up for a vendor, we get all these emails and, what we do with them. Another one is number two is going to be going to the actual vendor website and checking out their current promos and reframing them for ourselves and our words. And thirdly, we are going to look at a DMC, which are also vendors, but they operate with us on net rates versus the commission being built in. Fourth, we are going to do a social media post on just using photos and how to make it more engaging and eye-catching. And then lastly, number five, we're going to do social media posts, but in creating videos and reels and how to kind of map them and use hashtags and other tags to kind of get the traction going. Because at first when you start, it's like slow, right? Not everybody's seeing them, but we do want our reels and posts to get reach. So we're going to talk about what does that look like. But we're going to start with number one, our vendor emails. And in that section, signing up with your ideal vendors for their emails, using the vendor email promo in our own words. And a good vendor I'm going to use for this is Sandals Resorts. Once you become an agent and you go to the Sandals travel agent portal, you'll be able to sign up for an account with them. And once you sign up, it's going to ask you, do you wish to receive their promo emails? And you can opt in or opt out. And that's basically it. So either they will or they won't send you these emails. But once they start sending you the emails, you'll be getting emails from your Sandals BDM. Mine's that's more consistent is Jenna. She likes to send these weekly 777 promotions, and the 777 promotions are essentially 7 deals at 7 nights. And normally it is actually like 7 deals, and you kind of scroll through this. So 7-day offer, an additional 7% off, and 7 select room categories. So when you look at this is from February 22nd through the 28th. They have deals for Barbados, Antigua, Jamaica, Grenada, the Bahamas, and then South Coast is also in Jamaica. And then these are the room categories that they're offering in your booking window. Okay, travel windows. Here, the travel window breakdown is these particular dates. If you look at this where it says SBD and WGL, this is telling you, let's go up here, SBD, I think that was a typo. I think she meant SDB, which is going to be Sandals Barbados, is the code here. And WGL is the room type. So when we come down here, SBD, and then the room type is the Caribbean Grand Lux Walkout. So this is saying if someone goes to Sandals Barbados and books into the Caribbean Grand Lux Walkout room category, they can travel March 4th through May 2nd. So 7 nights in between those dates and receive the promo rate. So normally Sandals is breaking down each of these promo windows by the resort and then by the room category. So that's what we're looking at. it tells you like this offer is valid for new bookings only and what the other terms and conditions are. And then you follow up to the next area and you'll see that they actually have the same information for their beaches resorts. And it'll also go based off of the beaches location and then the dates and the room types. But let's kind of scroll back up a little bit. Getting a little in depth there, but they always like to include at the top a copy and paste option for a sample quote for your social media, which is great. They're giving us photos, they're giving us words here. With the room category, we see that the room is a tropical garden view and pool view. The deposit, if you book directly with Sandals, is $98 at the time of booking, and then they come back around in like 2 weeks or so and charge the remainder $302 because it's really a $400 deposit just for the land only with Sandals. They do not do payment plans on your flights. You can purchase flights with them, but the flights are instant purchase. So this particular promo is at Sandals Grenada. The room category here is the South Seas Grand Rendezvous Butler with private pool. And if you're in that room category, you only get to see the pool and the tropical view. So let's start with, like we said, we're going to take this email and use it, vendor email, in our own words. I'm going to show you kind of what I would do in terms of using it as a picture only post. So let us go to Facebook. I'm going to start there and we will go to our group. And in our group, the first thing I think I'm going to do is actually capture these photos because they're good photos. They're not bad. I want to capture this one as well. Copy and paste. So now I have 2 photos. Great, but I like to have at least 4 to 5 because when it comes to Facebook or just on social media in general, it just looks nicer format wise for me if you have more. So I'm gonna Google some more of these Sandals Grenada and look at their images. I see a couple of photos that I like. I always like to include a really nice beach view. So if I can do that, I will grab a view of the beach and see if that will tackle on. Let's see. Okay. And let's see. Sandals beach view. We need one that is not provided by actual Sandals Resorts because Sandals Resorts on their website, they do not actually they lock their photos, so you can't use them. But if you do have your agent account, you can always log in and get into their photo library, which is the best way to get the true best photos. But I'm using Google at this time because most people are kind of just looking for a quick way to get photos versus holding down and searching through and all these good things. So I'm adding 2 more photos. So now my photos will be displayed this way, which is great. Going back to the post, it says experience the eternal romance escape at Sandals Grenada, nestled on the beautiful pink gin beach. It says the resort room category, travel dates, 5 nights, price for 2 adults. I would say I don't necessarily want to use this portion of the post, but I would take this. I like to draw attention to my post by saying like this week's travel offers or special rates for sandals resorts, or however you want to name it. But I like to use the alarm emojis, whether it's the actual cop car alarm, gold stars, or an alarm clock. Just something that is really going to grab an attention. But if you know that you use the, say, cop alarm, right, which is this one, if you use the cop alarm, I would use the gold stars to highlight what's included so that it brings attention to that area. So I would say travel, let me put my capitalized travel offer of the week. And because we are in a group, I would kind of want to make that bold and make it highlight so it's really standing out. And for this area, I would do headline 2. So it's a little bit bigger, but I don't want this to be a part of that. I wonder if it'll just let me do. Oh, it's trying to make my entire thing. I don't want that. So for the sake, I will leave that alone. But what really kind of will help track your post a bit more is if you will actually tag the vendor or the resort. So let me use my at tag. At sandals. And this is Grenada. So at sandals Grenada is now tagged into the post. Make sure that there's a space there, nestled on the beautiful pink Gin Beach. Enter. You can say resort again and maybe tag them. We can't tag them twice, so sandals Grenada. Room category, South Seas. That's perfect. I'm gonna remove that. That is actually the RD is the room category code. That's really what we as travel agents and the back office at the Sandals resorts would use in order to find the proper room category when you're making the booking. But that's not really something I would personally like to share with my clients. So I take that off. I'm going to keep the travel dates, the nights, but I'm going to add here under nights / 6 days, because it is 6 days. 6 days, 5 nights. And it says price for 2 adults. I would like to, I always reduce down as a per person rate because it's less of a shell shock for a lot of clients. And as you can see, sandals is not always the cheapest, per person or even at all. But I would like to just kind of add that per person. So this is how I would do it. And then coming down, I would type in inclusions. And here is where I would add my gold stars, will you? Because this is kind of reminding the clients like, hey, there are some things that are included. And for some reason, having an itemized list and whenever you're promoting something tends to just kind of go over best with clients. And that they want to know, what are we getting? Like, what are we getting for this? So you are getting 5 nights all inclusive resort. They do include, what do you call it? I don't want to say specialty dining, but they do include excursions on site. So I'll say on site excursions. Now, Sandals is one of the few resorts that will include both non-motorized and motorized excursions. So that's another reason too why their price point is a little higher, is because it's a real all-inclusive. Like, they don't want you passing out tips unless you have a butler. If your room is not in the butler category, it is against their policy for their staff to accept tips from you. They also do have their own arrival and departure lounges. So, I will say airport arrival and departure lounge, and airport transfers. They also include the tips already, like I said, so I'm going to highlight that as a win. Tips and taxes. Resort taxes. All-inclusive resort. So some people, you do have some people traveling for the first time, so they really just don't know what's included at an all-inclusive. So I would just like to say like meals and drinks so that people know. So travel offer of the week, experience the eternal romance, escape at Sandals Grenada. We have tagged the Sandals Grenada Facebook account, nestled on the beautiful pink beach, Gin Beach. Recap where they're going, the room category, the travel dates, the amount of nights and days of travel, prices for 2 adults. And then you always kind of want to end your post with a call to action. A call to action is telling your client, what is the next step? Do you want this package? Are you interested in this package? And if so, what can they do in order to book it? So should they call you? Should they DM you? Should they send you an email? Do you have a vacation booking link? What is it? So I would say call or DM, me. So tag yourself today for your next sandals adventure. Whatever your tagline is, I always like to say your next travel adventure, the destination adventure, or honeymoon event, whatever it may be. Tag that in there. And then I follow up with more emojis, I know. But I use the email and the phone and the globe as my contact. So where's the globe? Because again, this gives insight to your clients on how they can reach you. So I like to use the red phone. Then we will look for the email. Here's an email. And then where is the globe? Don't need the flags. Let's use, perfect, my globe. All right, so email, we got phone, email, and website. So phone, 36 3736. My email, and then my website, which is obviously the same as my email, www, capitalize, .com. So this is how you would make that. And I would really like to still use this. Okay, perfect. I'm going to move that up now that we have it bold as a call to action. I will click on this so that you can see. We can also schedule this out for a different day, right? Of course, this particular offer is starting in March, so this is not ideal to post. But you can click on the calendar icon and schedule out your post when you are done. And what I'll do is I will save this into our file so that you too can see what this looks like. And we'll get to the next lesson of this series. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.